previous panel discussion, and I thought last session for the day people could be bored. And normally I just do a scan of the room to check how many people are listening and how many on their WhatsApp. But good to see, there was a significant proportion of people, listening to the panel. That notwithstanding, I like to keep my presentations brief. So I have 10 slides in all, including the covering slide and the thank you slide. So we can cover it quickly, and then go to the much awaited award ceremony. So the topic is, conversational AI and chatbots. And if you look at, both these terms, right, widely used, right? You go to Google and do a search, right? You will find conversational and AI and chatbots, right? Figuring as, trending terms, across any search that you will do. So I thought, what will I talk to you about, right? It's already, an educated audience and you already heard many speakers during the day. So I thought the best thing is to take you through some use cases which are live, right? Because that actually gives you a perspective. Because the idea of a presentation is to share with you what you can't find through a Google search, right? From, let's say, our own experience, what you will not find elsewhere. So before I go there, just a quick couple of slides on the context. Next slide. Yeah. So if you look at AI, okay, thank you. So if you look at AI, one thing which we may not consciously realize, but is actually happening is voice is increasingly picking up, right? You will find that earlier we used to have human voice, then we had text, and now we are moving towards automated voice, and video. So that's one trend which is increasing. And the other is, while of course interactions will be non-human, but there is also a need for humanizing the digital interaction, right? Bots give you efficiency, but ultimately when customers call you, they don't call you during good times, they call you during their bad times. They want empathy and a healing touch. So how can we bring in the best of digitizing the physical and humanizing the digital, the digital? I think these are two trends, which we see. And since I come from insurance, this particular industry, is also investing, heavily in AI and the whole spectrum of technologies across, the entire value chain. But as I said, just a couple of theoretical slides, and I'll basically jump into the use cases. So most of you, would have, motor insurance because it's mandatory, and it's possible that sometimes, you crashed your car. Not that you would like it to happen, but it may have happened. What you would normally do? You would call up the insurance company, and they would find a surveyor nearest to the site of the crash. He'd link that. So in case you crash your car up to certain amounts, now it's only 2 steps. You don't have to call up the company and wait for a surveyor. You take photographs of the car and then you upload them using the mobile app. Just 2 steps at your end. What we do at the back end, we have an AI engine which will go through these images, and this is where expertise comes in. You might have a new kid on the block launching the solution, but they will not have the experience of years of expertise in insurance. You need domain expertise to figure out fraudulent claims and to figure out genuine ones. So using this AI engine will immediately scan the images, and in a matter of minutes convey to you the assessment amount. You convey a yes and the money is transferred to you. It happens in less than 20 minutes. So when we did this initially, some of our customers were wowed, and now it's actually in vogue, right? So in case we have our policy and you crash your car, as I said, we don't want you to, but up to a certain amount, you can try it out. The other is, and I was listening to the panel discussion because that's when I came in today, and I just want to explain a few things here, right? Because we keep hearing about conversational AI, chatbot, and we all love to use terms like AI and ML interchangeably. But let's understand, how do we actually make it happen? So if you look at what we did is, normally it's very tempting to launch a new age technology in a very simple use case, which doesn't make difference to customers' lives, right? You might pick one use case, and for the majority of them, the customer is left in the lurch. What we did consciously is we figured out key drivers of traffic into our contact center. We said, let's pick the toughest ones, the top 7 categories, and then we went to the top 23 categories. And we developed ability in the bot to handle this. So when COVID happened, we could have an overnight switch. And at that point in time, when the call centers were shut down and customers had to use our bot, our customer grievances fell by 83%. Because we had developed the bot to do this. The second aspect, which we often overlook in the Indian context, is we have to understand that all our customers are not customers who speak English. Or most digital assets tend to be in English. So our bot is also available in English and Indian languages. And that significantly expands your reach. And the third point, I think, that's where, we differentiated ourselves. What happens if you normally launch a bot? You go to any website, the bot will not understand everything. And then, you have to hang up, maybe reach out to a call center or write a mail, but you need to start all over again. So what we did initially is when the bot got stuck, at the back end it would seamlessly transfer to a human being. The human being would take it through to completion. So for the customer it's a seamless experience, but at the back end we maintain an inventory, and then we keep on teaching the bot using AI and NLP. And over a period of time, the bot's own first time query resolution percentage kept on increasing. So these are ways by which you use the combination of man and machine to make your bot effective. And the fourth one, where we are pioneers, is when Alexa and Google Assistant were launched in India, we integrated our bot with this. And at the peak of COVID, when we were all touchless, we didn't want to touch anything.